Lupkow Pass has finally been released. After almost 10 months of waiting for the next Battlefield 1 DLC, we've got first out of 6 maps coming with the In the Name of Tsar DLC this fall. It's the first snow map in the game and the first one showing the Russian army. If any of you guys is wondering how exactly is it supposed to be pronounced, because it's not Lupkow, technically in the game it says łupków Pass, so yeah, that's how you pronounce. It's łupków. Sadly, the update bringing us the łupków Pass doesn't bring anything besides that, so no new weapons and no soldier specializations until the September when we get the other 4 Russian maps. However, we still get a little bit of a new content with this map, because there is still a cavalry unit carrying a lance instead of the sword. If you want to switch it back to the sword, you can do that in the customization menu, by the way. And we've got the female sniper in the Russian faction. Of course, as with all the DLC maps, the map is only available to be played for the premium players for the next 2 weeks, and then, after the 2 weeks, since the 21st of August 2017, you will be able to either buy a single DLC and play the map, or test it out with the premium trials event for 1 week, if I'm correct. And giving you guys a little bit of a background information about this map when it comes to the real life location, well, ironically the map isn't located in Russia, as the DLC would suggest. It's actually located at the border of Poland and Slovakia, and pretty much the most significant thing that Russians did during World War I in this area was blowing up the tunnel, so I'm not gonna go into this deeper, like, I'll leave it to you. If you wanna read about it more, then do it on your own, but it's generally not that big of a deal for Russians here. But it's still a very good map location. There is no ground vehicles on this map, but you get 2 planes per side and tons of cavalry units. I don't even know how many of the cavalry units are there on this map, but it's a lot. You will come across these guys tons of times when you're playing this map. But don't worry, they're not that irritating and they're not that powerful on this map because of the terrain. It's really not that easy to ride around on the horse on this map, since most of the map is covered with mountains and rocks, and that really prevents you from maneuvering your horse, and you don't have that easy access to every objective on the map. So, as I said, one more time, don't worry, those cavalry units aren't that powerful and irritating on this map. And when it comes to the aircraft on this map, well, I have to admit that it is a little bit harder to fly here, since you have to watch out for the trees and you can't go that low with your plane, but then again, if someone is an experienced pilot, he will not have any problems whatsoever getting high killstreaks on the infantry players. A good bomber squad can easily wipe out the whole enemy team without any problems. There are AAs on this map, but then again, if those guys are good and they know what they're doing, there's no way to counter them. And talking about the behemoth on this map, well, it's an armored train and obviously it's traveling on the train tracks, so it's located between E and F and it's pretty much traveling back and forth, so if you see enemy trains spawning in, don't even bother trying to capture E or F, because you will be instantly killed by a train. In general, the main combat on the map is between C, D and F objectives, and it basically cycles around. Of course, there are other objectives like A, B, E or G, but those objectives aren't that heavily populated with the players, so if you're looking for a bit slower gameplay and you want a little bit of a tactical thing involved in your game, well, I suggest you go over to these objectives, because between C, D and F, there's no tactics there. It's simply an execution. Overall, the combat on this map takes place on the medium to long ranges, and I'd suggest you go with the class like a scout or a medic, since those weapons obviously allow you for a decent gameplay on those distances, and trust me, you will not be able to play effectively with the assault unless you're sticking to the main objectives. And that's pretty much all the useful information that you need to have about this map, guys, so as always, if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I see you on the battlefield.